A Harvard study found that almost 85% of people admit they often feel uncomfortable being alone with their own thoughts. That's most of us. We're constantly reaching for our phones, filling silence with noise, or distracting ourselves with work, TV, or social media. But what does it really say about us when the hardest place to be is with ourselves? Being comfortable with yourself is not just a feel-good idea. It's an essential skill for living with confidence, reducing stress, and building stronger relationships. And like any art, it can be practiced and developed. Let's discuss the art of becoming comfortable with yourself. Point 1. Understanding why self-comfort matters. Think about it. If you cannot sit with yourself, you're always chasing external approval, validation, or distractions. That's like building your happiness on quicksand. It won't last. Take the example of professional athletes in the US. Many, like Simone Biles, have spoken openly about mental health. Part of her success comes from learning to be centered, to trust herself, and to find calm even when the world is screaming for perfection. That's the power of being comfortable with yourself. It's the foundation for resilience. Point 2. Silence is not the enemy. For many Americans, the idea of silence feels awkward. We blast music in the car, keep the TV running in the background, or scroll endlessly on TikTok to avoid quiet. But here's the truth. Silence is not your enemy. It's the space where you reconnect with yourself. A simple exercise is to spend 5 minutes a day without your phone, without music, without distractions. Just sit with your thoughts. At first, it feels uncomfortable, but over time, it becomes liberating, like meeting an old friend, you. Point 3. Challenge the inner critic. One big reason people feel uncomfortable with themselves is the constant voice of self-criticism. You know, that I'm not good enough, or I should be more successful by now soundtrack. But here's something powerful. Studies from the University of Texas show that self-compassion, talking to yourself with kindness, reduces stress and increases motivation. Instead of beating yourself up, try asking, what would I say to a friend in this situation? Then direct that same compassion inward. Point 4. Embrace your quirks. Part of being comfortable with yourself is owning your uniqueness. In the US, individuality is celebrated. Think of people like Steve Jobs or Lady Gaga. They did not succeed by trying to blend in. They leaned into what made them different. Maybe you love cheesy rom-coms. Maybe you're obsessed with comic books. Or maybe you prefer staying home on Friday nights. That's you. And that's exactly what makes you interesting. Try this. Write down 3 things that make you weird or different. Instead of hiding them, own them. That's how you start enjoying your own company. Point 5. Spend time alone, on purpose. Being comfortable with yourself does not mean isolating. It means being able to enjoy your own company as much as you enjoy others. Take yourself out to dinner, go for a solo hike, or spend a Saturday afternoon exploring a museum. At first, it might feel strange. You might notice people looking at you, or maybe you just think they are. But soon, you'll realize most people are too busy with their own lives to notice. And you'll be building independence and confidence. Think of it like strengthening a muscle. The more you practice spending intentional time alone, the stronger your self-comfort becomes. Point 6. Redefine success on your terms. One of the biggest traps in American culture is comparison. Social media makes it worse. Everyone seems to have the perfect house, the perfect partner, the perfect job. And when you measure yourself against that highlight reel, you'll always feel less than. The art of being comfortable with yourself is about defining success in a way that matches your values, not society's checklist. Maybe success for you is not a big house in the suburbs. Maybe it's freedom to travel, or time to create art, or just peace of mind. Write down what your definition of success looks like. The moment you align your life with it, you'll feel a deeper comfort within yourself. Point 7. Surround yourself with the right people. Here's the truth. It's much harder to be comfortable with yourself if you're constantly around people who criticize, drain, or belittle you. Comfort with yourself does not grow in toxic environments. Instead, seek out relationships where you feel supported and safe to be yourself. Friends who celebrate your growth, family who respects your boundaries, or mentors who encourage your individuality. The more you practice authenticity in safe spaces, the easier it gets everywhere else. The art of becoming comfortable with yourself is not about reaching some final destination. It's about building habits, embracing silence, challenging your inner critic, celebrating your quirks, spending intentional time alone, and defining success on your terms. Because here's the simple truth. When you're comfortable with yourself, you stop living for approval, and you start living with authenticity. And that's where real freedom begins. So the next time you feel that urge to distract yourself, pause. Sit with the discomfort, because on the other side of that silence is the most important relationship you'll ever have, the one with yourself.